Hey everybody, what is going on? It's Bill with Franklin Loan Center, and I'm popping on right now. It's literally just after the 11 o'clock announcement from the Fed today. This has got to be the most anticipated, certainly Fed meeting, but maybe economic data point that I've seen in a very long time. And it's crazy because I just wanted to come on. I've got the super geeky charts behind me, of course. And it's crazy because like my title says, down means up means down, like what the heck is going on? So I just wanted to point out, so the Fed dropped the Fed funds rate by 50 basis points, which just a week ago, it was just assumed it was going to be 25 basis points, but dropped it by 50 basis points. 50 basis points is 0.5%, right? So for everybody that has anything tied to the prime rate or the Fed funds rate out there, your rate just went down by 0.5 point. So home equity lines of credit, things like that. So this is great for all that. As I've said 1,000 times, that does not correlate directly to the to mortgage rates, right? So the Fed funds rate is set by the Fed. The mortgage market and also treasury markets are set by investors and what they like and dislike. Here's something that's interesting, right? And so the Fed dropped the interest rates. But if you look right here, so on this side, this is the actual mortgage-backed securities. This is thanks to mortgage-backed MBS Highway, by the way. So right now, red is actually bad in this chart, meaning that means rates are going the wrong direction right now. So they're moving up. And then this is the 10-year treasury yield. So treasury yields are actually up by 1 basis point. So this is nothing. Look, I mean, these are like really minor moves that don't have a lot to do with well, I think one thing that's very noteworthy is here in just a few minutes, they're going to have so the way it always works on day 2 of the Fed meeting, they make the announcement of what they're going to do with rates, and then they release their prepared notes, which the market's already digesting. But then at 11:30, there's they have a press conference for Q&A and all that stuff. And this is where a bunch of information, and that's where these numbers could change dramatically. But I did want to jump on and just kind of quickly point out that this is a great example of the Fed making a change in interest rates. They dropped interest rates, but the mortgage-backed securities and treasuries actually made a very slight move in the other direction, right? So again, it's just more of the highlighting that you never know how the actual market is going to react to the Fed making a move on the Fed funds rate. And this is what's going on, at least for now. Again, it's super important to note that by the end of the day, this could look very different. The Fed meeting, the Q&A that happens is where the magic happens, and that's where you can end up seeing a lot of movement depending on whatever the Fed, however he answers all the different questions are going to come at him for a half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever it is. So just want to jump on, point this out, but for now, this is a very muted move. The market's not super surprised. They are moving slightly in the worst direction, but it's just not a big deal at this point. So we'll keep an eye on what happens next. But for now, it's like, look, we're kind of getting through this. The market's pretty flippin' smart about pricing this stuff in. And the Fed also realizes they need to thread this needle and not shock the market with craziness. So again, we'll see what happens this afternoon, but that's where we are right now. I'm Bill. I'm a Franklin Loan Center, and I'll see you all next week.